So I am having so much fun with this book that I'm going through, and I've noticed that it's actually part two. So it's making me question whether it's worth looking online to find part one, because this is such a good book. And I don't know, I just when I touched it, it was literally the first charity shop, the first book that I touched, and I was looking for a picture of Jesus Christ for some reason because I wanted to use it in a video, and I found this, and I just felt like I was meant to find this. And with the music videos, my higher self time travels, gets the singers to make music videos, and then when I happen to click on them, it seems to link to my life, and I can get inspired to say things. And I think in that same way, this book was created back in 2000. But yeah, I don't really agree with a lot of the titles. Like, a lot of the titles are like, that's not very funny, that's not very interesting. But through them, I noticed something. I didn't notice this until I actually looked at it. But it says flame at last. And well, if you take off the FL, it says aim me at last. And I did say that I thought I was the one who created fire. So if you want to know when I came, try and find evidence of the first fire, and that would be when I came. Oh, but I was also in Jerusalem. I think I was in Jerusalem. I say eight because I feel like when I was a child, um, I went to a lot of national trusts and often would have these exhibitions where they would show you how to make fire. And when thinking about it, I don't know how old I was. I could have been six when I first saw this. But I think my sister was about four. I don't think she was two, and she's 4 years younger than me. So I would have been eight. And I just feel like that memory of seeing that, even though it was such a long time ago, I do actually remember, seeing how they were doing it and being fascinated and trying to do it myself. I don't think I really did it myself, but I also remember thinking that I've just got better things to do. If though I would have been eight and living in the olden times, I wouldn't have said that. I would have just been like, I would have just been like this. I'm going to keep trying until I get it. Why? Because I'm cold, and yeah, I would have had. I'm sure I would have had, as a cave woman, would have had visions um, of um, of wanting a fire, or maybe seeing like a tree being set alight or something. And yeah, I think it's really funny how I've created a false messiah, the tree girl, because I didn't think she looked anything like Darla. So, but yeah, I think that's things repeat itself in history, and I feel like I'm learning a lot from this because I'm making up stories that might not necessarily be true, but at the same time, there probably is truth to it. I can imagine that the first artwork on the on a wall, it probably wouldn't have been appreciated back then. Just like Madonna's work wasn't appreciated in this time. Madonna has been doing quite a lot of creative stuff when she first started, and well, the Vatican like hated her for some kind of unknown reason. Although the fact that the Vatican hated her and tried to push her away so many times or something, like being very unwelcoming, um, it might. Do they know? I'm trying to work out if the Vatican know about me, and I have no clue. I don't know. I mean, I know they're still promoting Jesus and the false religion, so they must. If they do know about me, they must realize that actually Christianity is only designed to create suicides. When people realize the truth about who God is, they're going to want to kill themselves because they're not worshiping the right thing and never have been. But at the same time, like I was talking about with the big run, I thought that was quite funny. I am. I was thinking of maybe just taking away the UG, but then I also thought he looked like he was pointing at her, saying "You God," and then I was going to say "You God," but then I was like, wait, no, this is an argument, and he doesn't want to learn language, and then I just say, well, you go, and then I was like, well, that's kind of what's going to happen in this life. The human, when I'm exposed